Star Trek, Deep Space Nine was set up to be the Star Wars of Star Trek, according to Jadzia Dax actor Terry Farrell, speaking to Star Trek, Voyager's Garrett Wang and Duncan McNeill on the Delta Flyers podcast. After a 3-year-long series of podcast episodes discussing plot points and behind-the-scenes production stories from Star Trek, Voyager, Wang and McNeill welcome Farrell and Quark actor Armin Shimerman to continue the discussion with the Delta Flyers, Journey Through the Wormhole, a rebranded version of the original show, now focused on DS9. The new chapter of the Delta Flyers opens with an in-depth look at Star Trek, Deep Space Nine's premiere episode, Emissary. Terry Farrell and Armin Shimerman offer personal on-set anecdotes and information about production details that they were aware of before the cameras ever started rolling. DS9 is remembered as a darker and grittier take on Star Trek's optimistic future, more akin to Star Wars, with its beautifully imperfect characters and powerful late-season arcs about the horrors of the Dominion War. Farrell reveals this was always the plan, with her quote below. Quark's bar on DS9's promenade pays homage to Mos Eisley from Star Wars. Scum and villainy is worth a lot of latinum. In Star Wars, Mos Eisley is a bustling oasis on the desert planet of Tatooine, and Star Trek's Deep Space Nine station is a similarly remote outpost at the edge of Federation space. Like Mos Eisley's famous cantina catering to a variety of smugglers and rogues, Quark's bar, grill, gaming house, and Holosuite arcade is a hub of activity on DS9's promenade that facilitates drinks, debo games, and plenty of backroom deals for anyone with enough latinum to make it worth Quark's while, no matter their species or alliance. It's a far cry from TNG's 10 Forward Lounge, signifying that DS9 is meant to be a departure from earlier Star Trek. It's not just the opening crawl of text and Quark's bar that gives Star Trek, Deep Space Nine its Star Wars vibes. DS9's backstory centers on the Bajoran militia rising up against the Cardassian Union, echoing the victory of Star Wars' rebellion over the Empire. DS9's premiere episode, Emissary, depicts a station in shambles after the Cardassian occupation of Bajorans, rife with glitching systems. It lacks the gleaming perfection of the USS Enterprise, and feels a little more like the jury-rigged Millennium Falcon. Star Trek, Deep Space Nine was always supposed to be like Star Wars, combining lived-in realism and multiple alien cultures as a backdrop for great storytelling.